Welcome to Just Cuz. I'm Jay.
This is Katina.
And we are so happy that you all are here today. Girl, this is our second episode.
Number 2.
So we have to take the time to thank you all for your support, for your feedback, for your love. Keep it coming, guys.
Yes, please do.
It energizes us. It fuels us. It gives us that, you know what? We are doing the right thing.
That's right, Jay.
You know?
That's right, Jay. We really appreciate the support of all of our fans out there. We really appreciate all the shares, all the likes, all the downloads. We are just over the moon with the support. Thank you so much. We're so grateful.
Thank you. And we can't forget our social media friends and family and fans. So we thank y'all too, because you guys have really been sharing with us, liking with us, commenting with us. And so it's so awesome. So we love y'all for that.
Thank you.
So, and we also want to go ahead and say, if you got a birthday, Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yes. We are so excited that you saw another year, okay?
Amen.
And we wish you many, many more.
Amen.
All right, Tina, let's get into this. How we feeling? What's our mood? Because you gotta check in with your people.
Check in.
You gotta do a temperature check. You gotta make sure everybody good. So let's see. So we're looking at this today in a movie title. Not necessarily how we feel based on the movie, but how we feel based on the title of the movie. And so I guess I'll go first. My movie is The Hangover.
The Hangover.
But it's not what you think, though. It's not what you think.
So that's from that celebration from all the support, y'all. That's what that is.
That's what that is. No, so my movie is The Hangover, because if you're a parent and you didn't ever give birth to something, you know what that feels like after you've accomplished it.
Oh, wow.
And so for me, I feel like I never gave birth before, but this is just my thought of what it could possibly be. And for us to do this podcast, for us to do so many of the other things that we're doing too, I feel hungover because God been good, y'all.
Yeah, that is so dope. I can relate to you. Okay, so when you put it in those terms, not necessarily the movie, but the title, I would have to say that mine would be The Pursuit of Happiness. But when I pull that title, it's because at the tail end of the movie, Homeboy came through like, man, he was just lights and camera action, just glitter and glam. Homeboy came through and everything was like amazing. It was just the way that he needed it to be and how he prayed for it to be. And this dude was working off of nothing but hope. And for real, if y'all really understood how much work and time that we actually put into getting this broadcast together for you, this production together, it would make a lot of sense. Like, you would understand why I say what I say when I say The Pursuit of Happiness, because like we are really in it. We are really digging. And I feel like we're on that other side. You know, Jay, what do you think? Like, I feel like we're on the other side where we meet the happiness.
And I feel like that too. And I think it, and I know that we just said it and we just thanked you all, but it really is because of you all.
That's right.
Because you guys are pushing us. You guys are letting us know and validating that, you know what we have stepped out here to do is really what God has called us to do. Mm-hmm. And so that pursuit of happiness is real.
It is.
And the work has gone in. The work has truly gone in. The work, the prayer, the long nights, all of that stuff has gone in. Yes. And so we're so grateful. So, I mean, I hate to kind of piggyback off of your movie, but I guess it's The Pursuit of Happiness for me too.
I mean, it just makes sense, you know. But I get you on The Hangover though, because The Hangover, I mean, you couldn't explain that in any other terms. Like, that was mad dope the way you said that, because you said it's the joy that you have after you give birth. When you first think of the title of that and you think The Hangover, the first thing that comes to mind is hangover. But the joy, like you said, that comes after something that's so amazing and something that's been long awaited, that is so perfect. Like, that is so perfect. Yeah. I get it. I get where you're coming from.
And, you know, I guess maybe I'm in a season of like changing those negative connotations
Yes.
to something that's, more positive, because hangover don't have to be a bad thing.
That's right. That's right, Jay. That's right, Jay. I like the way you put that. You're right. It doesn't have to be bad. Everything does not have to be looked at through the eye lens of bad. Bad. There's always some good somewhere. So I get it. I get what you're saying. I agree.
Yep. I like that. I like our mood. I like where we are. And I like these temperature checks that we give each other.
I do too. I think it's cool. It's a great idea.
All right, y'all. So now we on to the WWYD. Y'all, we did not know that WWYD was going to have a life of its own, almost its own show. Okay. But we are so excited about, like I said, the support and the engagement and all of the emails and the DMs and stuff that are coming in. Like I said, keep them coming. You can even submit anonymously, and we won't say a name. It's fine.
Everybody don't have to know your business.
Yeah, period. They ain't gotta know what you want to talk about. All right. So we have someone, and Jessica doesn't mind. Her name is Jessica M, and she doesn't mind. So she wrote in, she said, me and my best friend have been friends for 10 years. We grew up together, and I went to college, and she chose not to and had a baby soon after. We didn't speak much for the first couple of years that I was in college. When I would come home and visit, and maybe a few weeks after I would leave, and every visit thereafter, we would talk a little bit, but then it would be crickets after, going both ways. Now we are going on year 11, and we just don't talk. And I don't know whether to tell her I don't want to do this back and forth another year, or just leave it the way it is and it'll just kind of filter off.
That sounds very in-depth. That sounds really in-depth, Jay. I mean, it sounds like, to me, it sounds like it's a struggling relationship, like a struggling friendship. Like, even though there was a separation from the college years, throughout maturity, that's what I'll call it. Even though there was a separation, it seems like the communication stopped. But it makes me wonder, well, why did the communication stop? I mean, a friendship is a friendship as long as it's there. You don't have to constantly be in communication. I have friends that I can call. I have not talked to them in years. And when we get back together or we talk, we connect just like it was yesterday. So I think, to me, it sounds as if in this situation, it sounds like she just doesn't desire to have that particular person in her circle or in her space any longer. I don't know. Like, what do you think? Because I feel like you can always reconnect. I feel like you can always reconnect if that's something that's desired. But is there some type of animosity or something going there? Is the friend that had the baby, is she jealous that she was not able to pursue her career? If that's the case, what's really going on? There's like a backstory that I really wish that I had the information to. What do you think, Jay?
Well, for me, and what I hear is that it doesn't always have to be something took place or something happened. For me, it could just be they outgrew one another.
That's
for
good.
me, it could be that, as she's relating to it, it seems like it's forced. So, and neither one of them are wanting to force. Because if it's crickets on both ends after they talk a little bit and then it just tailors off, well, guess what? You have started your life and she has started her life.
That is
and
a
it
great
is separate.
observation.
And it's separate. Those two don't intertwine, and it's okay. It doesn't mean that, you don't still have love for her and she still don't have love for you.
Right.
But it just means that, guess what? We grew up. We outgrew one another. Like, I might not can have those same conversations that I used to have with you anymore because my vocabulary has changed.
Oh, that's good, Jay. That's good.
My scenery has changed.
That's good.
What my career has taken me down a different path, and her new friends may not even look nothing like her old friends.
That is so true, Jay. Oh my gosh, I never even looked at it from that perspective. But you make a lot of sense when you say that, because jobs take up a huge space in your life. Family, it takes up a huge space in your life, and things change when you start to implement those things into the space that was once empty. So there leaves no more of a gap, in order to have that time. So, and things do change. People change, like they evolve. So that's a great thing. It's not, like you said, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that, hey, we're growing up.
Yeah. And even for the friend that in some regards, some people may say was left behind, but she wasn't left behind. She just made a different decision.
That's right.
And she wanted to start her family soon. And even if she didn't, whatever took place was ordained for her to start her family.
That's right.
And so if I'm a mom, and like I said before, I'm not, but if I'm a mom, I might want to have friends or people that can understand where I'm coming from as being a mother.
Jay, that's right.
Like you're my best friend, but you can't empathize with me when I gotta get up late up in the night.
That's true, Jay.
Like you can't empathize with me, and I can't even fathom the fact that you probably staying out late as you want to stay out.
That's true.
Hanging out, doing this, and you don't have that responsibility.
That's true.
So it's like
they have two totally different lives.
Yeah.
Two totally different lives. So, and because of that, it has led them to the place in which they are at. So I feel like, when we talk it through, when we discuss all these different points, it's like you said before. It's okay that everybody has grown apart or they've grown in different directions. It's okay. And sometimes I think, it's okay to kind of dissolve certain friendships or relationships, because if it doesn't benefit you, then why put the time into it if it doesn't benefit you? So I agree with you.
If it's not a benefit. And Jessica, I think that's what I would say to you as advice, because you asked, if you should tell her or if you should just let it go. So my advice to you with this is, obviously it's not benefiting you.
It's not benefiting.
Obviously, it's nothing that is of edification to you. And so those things that, if you hold on to it, then you're no different from a hoarder.
That is so true. Oh my gosh, that's good. That is a great point. What are you holding on to? Something that has no value?
Nothing.
Oh my gosh. And then you're just stacking and placing things in places that could be utilized for something else.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to be a people hoarder.
Oh, no. Let them go.
Let them go, because guess what? It's going to make room for who your true friends are, who your new friend. And it's okay if it's new, who your new friends are. Because we don't want things to stay the same. You want things to evolve. You want yourself to evolve.
Right.
You want to become a new person. And we have our seasons of new.
That's right.
And this is just your season of new, boo.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. And honestly, does it really even have to be a conversation? Because things, like I said, things can dissolve themselves. So, and you end up running, you don't have the time to make the phone call. She don't have the time to make the phone call. Nobody's making the effort. Okay, then fine. But then someday y'all run into each other at the grocery store and you just say, hey, how you doing? Because you still have the same love for one another. But it's nothing big. Like, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Everybody has moved on. Everybody is happy. And even in that moment, you can still, just because the friendship isn't there at the full potential that it was before, it doesn't mean that if you do happen to come, into the presence of one another again, it doesn't mean that you can't be cordial to one another and still say, well, how's everything doing? How's the baby? How's family? How's career? It doesn't mean that you can't do that little small talk. You just aren't investing anymore.
Yeah. So that becomes an acquaintance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we cool with friends becoming acquaintance. That's fine. So Jessica, you don't have to say anything, because if neither one of you all could say anything to each other all this time, ain't no need of you calling her, telling her that you don't want to talk to her.
For sure.
It don't make sense.
That's messy. Sound mean. Yeah. Like, at that point, it just kind of sounds mean.
Girl, you know what it is, and she do too.
That's it. Like, she ain't even looking for you to call.
Girl, she ain't called this, but no. We didn't already work this thing out and didn't even realize it.
Right. Oh, that's good. Good point. Good point. Done.
So boom, Jessica, that's done. You got another one? Send that next one. We'll help you with that one too. But no, thank you so much. Thank you so much for trusting us. Yes, for trusting Jessica. Us to provide you with some type of clarity.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And we do hope that it helps. We do hope that it gives you some type of direction, because at the end of the day, it's your choice.
That's right. That's right. We're just here as a support to you, just letting you know that we hear your question, we hear your inquiry, and that we also value your feelings. Your feelings are valid.
Which brings us to our main topic.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding. So today, our main topic is, are my feelings valid?
Jay, you know, we have really had this conversation several times before. And a lot of the times it ends up coming up because you have different things that you deal with in life. And when you're dealing with those things in life, and if it has another party that's added to it, even if it doesn't have another party that's added to it, but most of the time, if there is another party that's added to it, sometimes the feelings can be in conflict of one another. But when we had this last conversation, we were talking, and I said, but see, here's the thing. I said, and this is biblical, because the Bible says that your feelings are neither right nor wrong. So understand what that means is that your feelings are valid. So even if someone doesn't agree with how you feel one way or the other, it doesn't mean that your feelings are wrong. It doesn't mean that they're right. It means that your feelings are valid. And I think that is like so important that people like place emphasis on, and they like put recognition to, instead of just kind of brushing things off to the side. I mean, feelings are the things that they either thrive a relationship or they kill it. It's one or the other. So, but if you have respect for one another when it comes to feelings and emotions, then there's never a wedge that's to be driven because of the respect manner. So like when we had this conversation, immediately, it just takes me to your feelings being valid. Mm-hmm. You know, I never want to like me as a mother or whatever. Okay, I might be, you know, I'm older than my kids, of course, and my kids might come to me and they want to talk to me about something. And because I'm busy, you know, I'm busy, I work, you know, or whatever, I still have to stop and take the time so that I could listen to them. And I also have to be mindful of the place and the time and the age that they're in. So that's another thing that helps me to stay mindful that all feelings are valid. So, I mean, what about you, Jay? What you think?
Tina, the way I think about feelings and are your feelings are valid? Absolutely. Everybody's feelings are valid. Just because the person that you're asking this question to doesn't reverence that, because it is your feelings, doesn't mean that it's not valid. And it doesn't mean that it's wrong. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. There is no right or wrong when it comes to your feelings. Mm-hmm. So what I will say is that you have to, first of all, ask yourself, are my feelings valid? Mm-hmm. You have to evaluate that for yourself, and you have to unpack that for yourself. And once you unpack for yourself that the way I feel about this particular situation is authentic, it's true. This is how I truly feel. This is my perspective of this. Will it stay like that? It may not. Because mm-hmm. as you gain insight, mm-hmm. as you start to listen to the other person's feelings, mm-hmm. as you start to, you know, unpack together, then you come to a common ground and you say, you know what? I respect the way you felt about this. Mm-hmm. And then most times you will realize that you had a perception of something that wasn't even actually what was being portrayed to you, mm-hmm. or put upon you.
That's good.
They didn't mean it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And if they truly didn't mean it that way, allow them the space, the opportunity, the safety to say, this is how I meant it.
Mm-hmm. That's good, Jay.
And then have the power to apologize.
That's good.
To say, I'm sorry that you took it that way, or I'm sorry that it made you feel that way. But that's not the way I intended for you to feel.
Right.
That's not, that wasn't my goal. All I wanted to do was and you lay out how you felt and what you wanted to do and what your intentions were.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing too, that word intention.
Intention. So if the person apologizes and they say, still have to allow the time to allow that thing to come into fruition so that both sides now have their side of the story to tell. So didn't mean it that way, said this particular thing. I viewed it as this, I viewed it in this particular way, even though you didn't mean it that way. So now there's like this confusion. Well, once the conversation takes place, like you were saying before, if there's an apology, I still don't feel like with the apology, I don't feel like the apologies are necessarily vague. I once had somebody to say to me that when they're truly sorry, they say, I'm sorry. But if they're not sorry, if it's more like I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, they say, I apologize. Now, when they said that to me, it really woke up something in me. And I said, okay. I said, well, maybe I need to use that. So what I'm trying to say here is that when the person apologizes, maybe they're apologizing because of the intent of how it was taken and not necessarily about the offense, because it wasn't actually meant to be an offense. But again, that does not mean that the way it made you feel wasn't valid. There was just miscommunication. And some things are just as simple as that, just miscommunication. But what is important is how you build upon the issue. Are you going to be mature and talk about the issue so that you can come to a common ground? Or do you just let it fester and and turn into a monster or a beast where there's the judgment on each side of, no, you just this, and no, you just that, and you said this and you said that, and it like kind of boils over.
Well, let me tell you, let's take it back to elementary school. So I used to be an elementary school teacher, and I used to teach kindergarten. And the interesting thing that you said is the difference between I'm sorry and I apologize.
Yes.
Well, because it was kids, and even more so right now as adults, it still applies. But I used to tell my kids, do not say I'm sorry, because you are not a sorry individual. Do not say I am sorry. You say I apologize for.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
And then I made sure they understood what apologize means. Because the way I broke it down is if I'm telling you that I apologize, that means that whatever I did to you that made you feel a certain type of way, I don't like the way it made you feel. And so I am sorry, or I apologize for making you feel this type of way.
That's good, Jay.
Right?
That's good.
Okay. And so then you dig it a little bit deeper, and we think about feelings and emotions. And I look at it as seeds. So the words that come out your mouth, the words, the actions that come out of your mouth towards other people are seeds that you sow. And so when you sow those seeds, what happens? You put a seed in the ground, and then if you put that seed in the ground and you do nothing to it, and you leave it there, that seed is never going to grow. That seed is never going to survive.
That's right.
But if you put a seed in the ground and you put words, whether they're good, whether they're bad, and you put them in there, and say, for instance, the word that you gave was not a good one, or what you said to somebody wasn't good, and then you take the time to water it.
That's intentional.
Intentional, and you break it down.
Well, preach then.
Come on now. You break it down and you say, you know what? I sowed this seed in you. I did not know that it was going to make you feel this way.
Wow.
I'm not apologizing to you for what I said. because my intent and my perspective is valid.
Mm-hmm.
So what I said to you was this, and this is the reason why I said it. And remember this, you don't have to receive what I say to you.
That's good, Jay.
And it's okay to say, well, you know what? I'm gonna let you keep that one.
Mm-hmm. That's good, Jay.
I don't own that. I don't take that on.
That's good.
Because that doesn't agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's good.
So if it doesn't agree with me, it doesn't agree with me. Right? But we've been respectful.
Right.
In that whole interaction, we've been respectful.
Right.
No one should be angry. No one should be like, let's talk about this again tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Like, no, it should be none of that.
Right.
Because we took the time to really nurture this seed and figure out what the intents were.
That's good. That is good. When you bring up the point about a seed and the seed being nurtured, that could be, well, typically that's going to be your reason for the emotion and the feeling that's caused. So if you keep going down a path of dirty seed, that's what I'm going to call it. You keep on going down a path of saying things that are, that are intentionally wrong or to hurt, then of course it's going to create friction on the other side because that was your intent. That was your intent. So you can't be surprised. You can't be surprised when the emotion pops up. And you can't say that the emotion isn't valid because you knew every time you went along and you watered that seed, you knew that you were tilting the jug. You knew that you were pouring the water.
Yeah, you were overwatering.
Yeah, you knew what you were doing. So you have to be, so even with intention. So with intention, you have to know that feelings are still valid, whether through intention or unintentional. It is valid. So you can't say they aren't valid either way. Either way, you have to say that feelings are valid, whether it's intentional or unintentional. If it's unintentional, then through the discussion, you find that out. But if it's intentional, you already knew by the seed that you sowed and the seeds that you continued to water, you already knew what you were trying to produce at that point in time. So you can't be surprised of what comes out of what you actually planted.
Period. I mean, at the end of the day, however you feel and however you perceive, those things are yours. That's your ownership. Mm-hmm. That's a part of you, right? And so you get to choose how you show up. You get to choose what it is that you say and what you don't say.
That's good.
And another part of that is understanding and knowing the person that you're talking to. And if it's a situation that's a stranger, treat others the way you used to be treated. My mom used to tell me that all the time.
That's right.
If you treat others the way you used to be, that you want to be treated, then you do not have to worry about offending someone.
That's good.
You don't have to worry about, making someone feel less than.
That's good.
Because if I'm handling you the way I handle myself,
come on,
then I'm about to treat you better than you would even treat you.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's right.
Because I'm going to handle you the right way.
That's right.
And that's what it boils down to.
Ooh.
Yes, your feelings are valid. Yes, it is important and it is our duty to validate each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if we're going to coexist together.
Mm-hmm. That's good, girl. That's good. You done talked about the emotions being valid, the seeds that are sown, the intention that's there, treating someone the way that you want to be treated. I mean, if you put all those 4 points together right there, I mean, good gracious, that right there that's your remedy right there. That is your remedy right there. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and another thing too is that sometimes we don't even get to choose how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't know how we're gonna feel when something happens. It can be unexpected. If you've never been in this space or been dealt this particular hand, you don't know what it feels like. You don't know what it look like, so you can't prepare.
That's right.
So you have to grow and learn in it and through it. And the only way that you can grow and learn through it is to communicate. It's to be able to communicate, to be able to unpack a thing, and then to be able to come to a resolve that is applicable for both parties.
That's good. Well said. Well said. That was dope.
Well, feelings are valid.
They're certainly valid.
All right, guys. We have come to the end. And even in this segment, it's a rant segment, but even in this segment, you probably gonna get some food for thought.
Yeah.
So regardless of what, it's on and popping. We about to rant, y'all.
I'm saying, pay attention, pay attention. Okay, Jay. So this is my rant. Okay. We driving down the road. Man, I might be able to give you a few when it comes to driving. We driving down the road and it's dark at night and there's a car that's in front of you. So we're not in the city. We're, in rural areas. So there's not a lot of street lights or anything like that. So, when there's not street lights, what do? You put on your high beams. So there's a car that's maybe, 100 yards ahead of you and you put on your bright lights. Why do people think that they have the nerve to tap their brakes as if you should dim your lights so that you can't see while they're sitting in front of you with their bright lights on? I'm going to need you to flip the mirror. Flip the rear view mirror. I am not getting ready to dim my lights so that I can hit something while you up there and you can see just fine, all clear. You can see all the way down the road, all the way to heaven if you want to. But you want me to stay back here. You want me to stay back here in the dark where I can't see. But then you'll get mad if I run up on you and I get up on your tail so that I can see with your lights. No. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. It's going to be one way or the other. Either I'm going to have my lights on and you're going to flip that mirror, or I'm going to run up on you and I'm going to use your light.
Well, period. Okay. So since we're talking about ranting and driving,
what you got?
Because there's so many different rants, but this is a problem to me, guys.
What you got, Jay?
The four-way stop.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. This has been so bad that I have called into a radio station and been like,
not the radio station.
Yes. Who you want to slap today? I want to slap this person. So if you are at a four-way and you get there, whoever got there first goes first.
Come on, it's the rules of the road.
And the person behind them does not get to go too.
Who?
Okay, I am yelling. Excuse me. Let me calm down. Because this is not okay for none of us.
It's personal.
It is personal. I mean, it just happened today again. But here's my thing. Let me kind of bring it back to like when I used to teach. So, if you got there first, you go first. Mm-hmm. And then the next person that goes is the one that got there after you.
That's right.
And then the next person that goes is the one that got there after that one.
That's right.
So if the person that goes second and the third person was the one behind that first car, then that third person that was behind that first car get to go.
I mean, I
don't understand it.
It sounds like that's the rules of the road.
It's courtesy.
It is. But for some reason out here on this road, people don't drive with courtesy. Instead, they drive with rage. People, they are impatient. They feel like they're the only person on the road.
Yes,
girl, I feel
you can cause an accident.
Yes, you can.
And the thing about it is, so I've had my driver's license for a very long time, but I remember my grandfather telling me, you are not driving for you.
That's right.
You are driving for everyone else.
That's right.
Because you have to anticipate what everyone else is going to do in order to keep yourself safe. And this is a food for thought. Because you really got to anticipate what other people are going to do so that you keep yourself safe and you keep yourself together.
That's right.
So that was a food for thought too. But anywho and anyway, what I am saying is, while you out here on this little so-called courtesy four-way stop, please pay attention around you so that you don't get in no accidents and so you don't have to have road rage. Because right now, they shooting people.
Yes.
So please let's not have road rage.
For real, Jay.
Let's just say, you know what? If you got to go that bad, just go.
I'm saying.
Just go.
But don't pull out no gun and shoot me because I have my high beams on because I'm going to see at night. I'm just telling you.
And that has wrapped up for us today. Do you hear me? Look, we thank y'all so much for spending time with us. We thank you so much for your love and for your support. We love the WWYD.
Yes.
So please keep DMing us. You can send an email if you like to justcuz80s@gmail.com. Remember, we are on all social media platforms and we are streaming on all streaming platforms.
Yes.
We are so grateful and thankful that you guys are here and that you all are hanging out with us. And we get a new episode when, Katina?
Every Monday.
At what time?
12 a.m.
12 a.m. And we want to know and hear your feedback and your comments. So please drop us one. All right. Live, laugh, and love. See y'all next week.